Hey everybody, we are here today to show you how to put on Sumo Springs on a Promaster van. Ours is a 2019. It should cover a range of years. Just look for the right part number. The rear Sumo Springs are $250. We got them for $250. Front ones, $170. We purchased them on Amazon. Look below for the link to those products. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to let us know if you have any questions or what else you'd like to see. So let's go ahead and get into this project. It's really hot out today, so we're trying to just keep moving forward progress, going through the easier projects that will keep us in the shape. So this video we are going to be installing some Sumo Springs on the Promaster. We have the rear Sumo Springs and front. With the rear ones, you can see it comes with 2 pucks on it. We shortened up to 1 for our situation because I think possibly with 2 it would be too rigid, because we're going from a stock one and it's quite a bit different. So we're going to start with just the single puck in, try that out, and we'll get the extra ones just in case. So in order to drop it down to 1 puck, you need a 17mm extension socket. Go up inside there, loosen this guy up. Take that off. Take your extra puck off, pull out that, put in the new shorter one. Then put the one with the nut back on. These are just snug. It says do not put Loctite on this, because if you need to go and do it again later, you want to be able to get it back off. So now that we have them both the proper length, we're going to go and pull off the other rear one. I took this one off so I could show it to you. Show you how to take this one off, and then we'll put these guys up. Should be a quick job. Take these off. You're just going to use a screwdriver and a hammer, and we'll show you how it's done. Okay, so being that the van is empty, I don't have to jack it up, but you may have to jack it up and have it safely supported, but we don't have any weight on it. So I'm just going to hammer this loose. Make sure you don't hit your brake lines. And unscrew it. Obviously make sure your exhaust isn't hot while you're laying on it, because I'm touching it. Common sense things. Okay. That one's out. Where is that?
You want to get that to me?
You want to do it?
No, I was asking if you want to get that out of the way. I can do that if that's easier for you.
Well, then we need to aim at it. Are you on still?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put some thread lock on the threads that came with the kit. I'm in an awkward spot, but I'll get it done. It also doesn't seem like there's much in there, even though it squirted all over when I opened it. We'll be with you in, oh, there it goes. Be with you in a second. Okay, so we got some thread lock on. We're going to move this guy up into place. Did I talk about my oil filter?
No.
So I had seen a video that said to use an oil filter wrench, but an oil filter wrench didn't actually, the one we got didn't fit around these. Come on. So, just once you get it on there, make sure you tighten it down pretty good. Luckily, do a pretty good job getting things tight by hand. So grab it up at the top, make sure that's nice and tight, and then you got that thread lock on there, so it should stay. And we're done with the rear. Now we will move to the front, which is much more difficult. Alright, so we got the e-brake set. We're going to jack up the front end. Try and put these front ones on the coils. It is going to be much harder, I think.
That's what everyone says. It does happen, folks.
I don't read directions very often, but I figured I should for this. We have the vehicle jacked up. We then put the weight down onto a 3-ton lift jack stand here. And then I put this back up just to support weight, so I should have backup. This one didn't work. Do it smart. We're not experts.
We've also chalked the back tires.
They're leveling blocks.
Just be safe. Directions say to wipe the coil with soapy water, hand soap.
All of them.
All of them. So I just have a wet paper towel with some dish soap and I'm going around and get the grime off.
And then hopefully that'll allow for this thing to slide on easier, so you can leave it on kind of thick.
Okay.
Good?
I think so.
Okay. You want to put it on or you want me to?
Try.
Alright. So, there's a thick channel and a thin channel.
Thin, thick, you can see how much deeper it is. The thin channel goes on the top. They say, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Can you go get in here?
Go on this side?
Open it up.
Like this? Oh,
No.
it's upside down.
No. You gotta open it. It's gonna have to go up. So you gotta open and put this piece on first. Too tight? You want me to show you?
You can try. I don't even see how there's enough clearance to get that in there.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Might be getting somewhere here.
Yeah. Looks promising.
Partially.
This is...
Okay. We said these would be harder.
So now that the deep end is in, he's just spinning it and it's popping over. It's hard to see. All right.
It's on.
That's on.
So, last thing to do is zip tie. So there's holes on the top half. Another video showed us zip tie them all loose so you can spin it and get to all of them. Then we'll get it in place where we want it and cinch it down nice and tight. We'll do the other one.
Zip tie, numero dos. Not a task for big hands.
I'm in the shade and I'm still sweating. This was a job that was supposed to keep us cool.
Hard to be cool when it's 100 degrees out.
So, just gotta do the other one. Got that one in. Got the 5 zip ties in there. It does note to put the bumpers in the same spot on both sides. So I'm going with the last zip tie facing straight out from the strut here, so I can know that I'm even. We're gonna go ahead and lower the jack down and see if it compresses, see if it comes flying out of there. It shouldn't, but you never know. And that's it. And I can't turn it anymore, so that's probably good.
All right.
You can let everybody watch me struggle again.
Yeah. So you can see what's happening better.
Let's see if we can get it to go. That's most of it.
That sounded good.
Yeah.
Get a little pop.
Around.
Okay.
So then we'll. So I would say use a lot of soap. It dried up on us on this side and it got harder. But yeah, we're just gonna zip tie it up. Thanks everybody for watching that video of the Sumo Spring install on the Promaster van here. Once again, like, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear from you. We will be continuing this build out and bringing you videos as everything goes away on us out here. But yeah, we'll keep bringing you videos of the build process and how that's going, and then we will do a follow-up on these springs in the future to let you know what we think about them.